So earlier you just came from the game between USD Tiger Esports and UP Oblation Esports, and USD Tiger Esports actually sealed that game in a really fashioned way. No?
Yeah, 2-0 sweep,
yes.
and really great performance coming
Yes.
from Yume and James Meister. Definitely the MVPs of the series. However, let's focus our attention towards this matchup right
game now. Yes.
And these two teams are probably the favorites.
Strongest.
Yeah, the strongest in this tournament. However,
Yes.
they're facing off against each other in this semifinals match. And let's take a look at the picks and bans first, actually, shall we?
Yes, if you look at the picks and bans, or the bans of FEU, Sejuani Gragas, alright, so just Rico was saying that the priority ban should be Gragas, yes,
Yeah.
and there's a Hecarim, although Hecarim has been nerfed. Any insights on this?
It's a target ban onto Kaigu. Kaigu, Kaigu just recently transitioned into the top lane, and as a result for that, his champion pool isn't as big as other top laners, so they're just trying to shut him down. And the Sejuani and Gragas bans are target bans towards Kulit. Kulit is probably one of the best junglers in the region by far, and they just want to make sure he doesn't get the tools he needs to carry that team. And coming for the other side, we did see a Rek'Sai, Orianna, and Nidalee, so those are fairly standard bans. Orianna is a target ban onto X-Coheed. I think X-Coheed has played 80% of his games in this LCL season on Orianna.
I see.
So definitely want to eliminate that.
So X-Coheed, okay, for the FEU Tamaros,
yeah.
yes. Take note that FEU Tamaros has entered the playoffs with a 6-0 score in the group stage.
Well,
okay?
CSB finished 5-1, I believe.
Yes. But CSB has been one of the teams that that comes in with a lot of hype because of their roster.
Yeah, they have three
veteran.
Yeah, three
veteran of the World Championships. Yes. Okay. That is season 2 or season 3?
Season 3.
Season
they
3.
Have Kaigu, they have Snowy, and then they have also two current Mineski members in Sed and Makulit.
The one done on Los Angeles Staples Center. So these teams are just crazy strong.
Yeah.
That's the perfect description for them. Now, if we look into the picks of FEU, so we're expecting someone to follow the tank meta, the Cinder meta, but we are now seeing a Lissandra and a Lee Sin.
Yeah,
okay?
So out of the meta picks,
Jana,
and they instantly locked those picks in as well. So it looks like FEU has come into this game with a plan. I believe I've heard of this plan. They're going for those. Like I was talking to some of the FEU players earlier, as Kato used to be on Naga Esports, and I am friends with all of them, and they're trying to go for that really heavy early game aggression to just shut down their, I believe it's shut down Kaigu. And yeah, so like I was talking to them earlier, and they said that they were 100% that Kaigu was going to first pick Irelia, and they wanted to just counter that pick, as Kaigu has really been known for only his Irelia and his Hecarim. So
okay, so it's a big disable talaga. Hecarim against Kaigu. And now he picks Irelia, and they're going to get the early game aggression, which is early game is the weakest point for an Irelia.
Yeah.
So what do you think is CSB doing in here now? Picking that Nunu.
So CSB is opting to go for a more control. Just go for the objectives, go for the late game, stall it out if you have to. Makulit going on to that Nunu will allow him to pretty much have free reign on the map.
Yes.
However, Lee Sin is a really good pick here in my opinion, as Lee Sin can contest with Nunu in that jungle. Lee Sin has a pretty early fast clear, however, Nunu does have that sustain, so actually, yeah, it's a pretty good lineup coming in from CSB. Two different styles of gameplay coming in my opinion.
And actually, the only one that is in the meta for this one would be the Nunu.
Yeah, definitely.
No Nautilus. We're not seeing any Nautilus into this game.
Yeah, no Nautilus support this game. It is a Morgana support against the Janna support. However, both of those are still fairly common picks in this current meta.
Yes, so things are getting exciting here. It's actually CSB taking a lot of decision in picking off their mid lane. It will be a Scout onto an Ahri. Didn't this an optimal pick? What is your suggested mid lane for CSB, or any guess for this one?
In my opinion, an Assassin can work okay here. However, I feel like if they opted for a more sustained, more poked type of champion, I feel like that'd be more suited to their comp and more suited to playing against FEU's comp. For example, Nazir, as we've seen a lot of Zir in this current meta. Zir has seen quite the resurgence in gameplay, or even for example, a Seraph. So However, Ari can work out, and
Mhm.
we'll see how it goes.
I cannot really pull on some jokes onto this game. This is really an intense fight.
Yeah.
If you look into the composition of FEU, it looks really serious, no? And I could see that there's the squishiness
Yeah.
coming from Bida Gaming or from CSB. This one, so I have a lot of lenience into FEU on this one. In team, what is the advantage if ever? Because FEU, this composition is like a solid counter talaga to the composition of CSB.
Yeah.
But what could CSB do, or what could they
Well,
execute on this one?
I feel like the comp that CSB picked is really suitable to how CSB has been playing their games over the past couple
Mm-hmm.
their past couple games in the LCL. They opt to go for a really win lane, win game. Once you win lane, go for the objectives and win the game from that. So yeah,
Why are we having this music right now?
yeah. So then well, FEU on the other hand, they tend to go for a let's group up, let's go as a team, let's
Yes.
team fight. From those team fights, let's take an objective and win the game from that. So it's really two distinct types of playstyles. And coming into this game, I feel like expect CSB to come out ahead on those lanes, in my opinion. The only time where I feel like there's an even lane is in that mid lane, Xcoe versus Valentine. That should be a fairly even lane. However, if like the only time I see FEU having the advantage in the early game is if Neil is able to make his plays. Like I feel like this game all comes down to Neil. Neil needs to be the playmaker. Neil needs to be the ones snowballing the game early, ensuring that they don't fall behind in that early game, and just hopefully snowballing and getting to those team fight stages.
Yes. Okay, so guys, you've heard my Nip. I'm sorry, you've heard my co-caster, my co-shoutcaster Nip explaining that one out. So be sure to show your support between your respective colleges and university into the Law Collegiate League 2015 spring season. Now, semi-finals. Okay, this is the fight between FEU and CSB. For our channels, you could hype it up into the in our Garena Talk.
Yes.
That is 171-888-11. Participate in there. Just amplifiers just arrived. All right. Okay. I think he'll be hyping up that one onto the into our Talk. Also, we have the PGS Rift community.
Yeah.
Yes. And of course, we also have our social media platforms. You could tweet which teams you're guessing to win. Okay. You could say hashtag FEU win and hashtag CSB win. Put in the hashtag LCL playoffs or LCL and tag the PGS.
PGS LOL, that is
PGS
at
LOL.
PGS
PGS LOL. Okay. Your insights and interact with us into this game. So also please do use the Twitch chat.
Yeah.
Okay, and the YouTube chat. Our Karina PH moderator is in there. Alright. So you can interact with there. So there's one shout out coming from, I think this is from the YouTube chat. Abir Napoko. Okay. He's saying that his life is complete if he gets a shout out. So
Alright.
congratulations,
Completing
Habir na po ako. Alright. So again, this is the semi-finals, and semi-finals is a best of 3.
Yeah, best of 3
Best of
series,
3
and
series.
followed by this, I believe it is DLSU versus UST Tigers. So
Okay. So we'll stream that game, not simultaneous.
I believe so.
Alright. So let's wait up, and later on for tonight, we'll be watching the finals.
Yep.
For the LCL and see who will be the first team to become champion for the Law Collegiate League 2015 spring season.
Taking home that 20k cash prize as well as the pride for their school and the glory that comes with that.
Okay, so aside from the game, let me kumustahin naman kita, Nip, just Nip. So how's the esports scene right now? I mean, your team plans, you're in Naga esports right now.
Yeah.
I think Naga has been doing a lot of hype lately with that giveaway.
Yep. And
if you wouldn't mind,
we will be announcing that
yeah, if you
later
wouldn't
tonight.
I could actually win that one if you want. Okay.
We'll see.
But how's Naga esports doing right now?
Well, we have 2 roster changes right now. We have a new AD carry. We saw that AD carry in the promotion tournament, Naga Cyrex, I believe. And we also have a new jungler that is Naga Zen. And Zen's actually the younger brother of Yume, so you will be seeing him. And Yume is in this tournament for
off-season roster changes.
Yeah, so a couple of roster changes coming in. It'll be really interesting to see how we perform next split.
Yes.
So far, our scrims have been pretty well.
What are you excited about entering this summer season?
Definitely the Rampage 2015.
Alright.
Yeah.
The biggest stage of all. It has been announced, I think this week. No, so this week, right? Yes, so Rampage 2015, the biggest gaming event of all for League of Legends Philippines. It's on August 19?
I believe, yes.
Yes,
so, yeah,
August 19. The grandest stage is set. So see you guys. Just check out our website, lolph, and there's a link there for Rampage.
You got the cosplay cast.
Yes.
You got the PGS finals, and you also got the LCL finals as well. So
yes.
3 huge events.
Yes, there will be updates there. So let us now enter our game. Okay, I think it'll start up now. Okay. So, welcome guys to the Summoner's Rift. This is the LoL Collegiate League 2015 Spring Season Semifinals match between for Eastern University Tamarars against College of St. Benilde Vida Gaming. On the blue side, we have FEU Tamarars in the top lane, Mac Rory on a Maokai in the jungle, is MC Neil on a Lee Sin, mid lane, X-Coheed on Alessandra for the bottom duo. We have Kido on a Graves, AD Carry, and Margox, not Margo, no? Margox, he wants it to be said Margox on a Janna support.
Yeah, and for that CSB team, we have X-Kaigu in the top lane. In the jungle, we will have Sobrang Kulit as Nunu in that Yep, and for the mid lane, we will have Valentine playing Ari. For the bot lane duo, we will be having Rion and Sivir and X Solar as the Morgana.
Alright, so only scouting up, laying down wards in the jungle. I mean in the river. One interesting ward position for this river. Your support, right?
Yes,
maybe you could give us tips when it comes to ward placement. I just discovered this part here.
Yeah, that actually gives you
the vision here and vision here.
Yeah.
Normally, ward coverage is on this one, or on this one, or on this part. Pero if you put the ward here, it will give you vision to this one. Yeah. Securing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 entrances.
And it's a pretty good ward spot. I personally haven't really done that much myself. I'm not really the one to ward that position during the early game, since you're in the bot side. I usually ward, let's say, the long bush coming towards the river. That's where I usually place my level 1 trinket. And looks like standard starts coming in from both teams. Will the CSB bot lane get that Gromp? It looks like they will not, because we've seen in competitive play, the bot lane will, with the Nunu jungle, Nunu will give that Gromp towards that bot lane to get that early level advantage. However, looks like they've opted not to.
So, how's the support meta coming into this patch 5.6, 5.7?
I feel like there's a lot of options right now. We've seen a lot of interesting picks. Nautilus has been one of the newer ones, and we've even seen a couple Kennen support in LPL and in LCK.
I was actually surprised not to see Leona support into this game. Has Leona scaled down, or?
I feel like she's just not really suitable to what's required for a support right now, because while Leona is okay, the CC is really
parang kulang pa, or
compared to Nautilus. Nautilus just has so much more utility compared to what Leona has to offer.
Staggering blows. There's also the dredge line and the riptide, and also the SS depth charge. Yes, that's so. It's just like 4 CCs actually in one champion.
Every single spell's a CC.
Yes,
even aside from the W.
And even the thing about Nautilus is AP scaling.
Never hold that thought when you have that early gank.
Okay, so there's MC Neil initiating onto Valentine. Ward in, takes the turret hit, and it's actually first blood given onto X-Coheed with that ignite.
Yeah, so really great play coming in from MC Neil. Like we said in the champion select, Neil needs to get those early ganks. He needs to be the one to make the plays and get those initiates down if FEU wants to have a presence in this early game, and that's exactly what he did, going for the gank immediately after the buffs.
So Sobrang Kulit coming from the side, puts the slow out to Macari, forces the flash out, flashes in Sobrang Kulit. There's also Kaigu surging in, but it's actually an E coming from the Nunu.
Yeah, so a really great play coming in from Nunu, great counter gank, and unfortunately the kill didn't go on to X-Kaigu. However,
needs that kill actually.
Like, having Irelia with 1 kill is already a lot to snowball the lane. Irelia is just a really strong snowball champion, especially when you have Kaigu playing on that champion.
And actually, I think Irelia could get that kill.
Yeah, Irelia could have gotten that kill. However, scumbag getting that last hit with the snowball.
Yeah, I think the last hit from the snowball is unnecessary from the Nunu. But still another kill, so let's see how that works. Okay, 1 kill for both sides of the team, top lane and in the mid lane. We'll see. How about the AD carry matchup? Kido, your teammate, and Rion on this one.
Yeah, so
are you familiar with Rion?
Yeah, I am actually really close with Rion. I duel with him actually. He's probably my go-to duel partner in solo queue, so I have a lot of experience playing with him, and I feel like Rion does have the upper hand in this game. However, here comes the trade.
Oh, so there's a trade. MC Neil in the top lane, going the turntables around for Mac Rory. They're out to Kaigi. Sonic Wave Resonating Strike will force a flash out of Kaigi.
Yeah, so really good presence once again from MC Neil.
Yes.
Trying to maintain that early game aggression as that Lee Sin, and he's doing a pretty good job of it. Even though Kaigu didn't get that kill, Kaigu didn't die, they were able to burn that flash, which should help relieve some pressure on McRory and allow him to do his thing.
So, insights onto Rion. What about Rion? Is he a good AD carry?
I feel like he's one of the up-and-coming AD carries, and his performance in the LCL has been pretty indicative of that. He's had a pretty solid performance all around, and Kiddo's still a good AD carry. So
yes, of course.
I feel like
he was the first AD carry for Naga Esports, right?
He was.
Alright, so there's a solid trade now. Here in the bottom duo from the side, Sobrang Kulit ignite onto Kido. Dark Biden connecting onto Marcos teleport coming in from Mac. Rory Sobrang Kulit goes low. Exhaust onto Rion. They are now onto Rion. Backshot for supplies. Flash out of Rion. There's also X-Kago teleporting in. Dark biting onto Kido. There's also the Boomerang Blade. And a Blade Surge by Kaigu. He gets that kill. 1 for 2 now into our scoreboard. There's also Valentine. These two teams are just going at it. X-Go hit W onto Valentine. And Sobrang Kulit in the front line. MC Neil will be able to get that kill. There's the Black Shield. X-Kagu trading in. What a team fight now. But it's actually Saint Benil looking good onto this one. Sobrang Kulit. Wow. Flash in with a W. X-Go hit. Gets the charm. They're also now onto Margox. And this is definitely X-Go hit going down. It's actually an unofficial ace.
Yes, unofficial ace. 6 minutes in, and with that, the gold advantage is already 2k in favor of CSB. Definitely mad props to X-Solar right there. Going for that high risk, high reward flash binding. Getting that pick onto Kiddo, and then having Kaigu with that follow up. And then once again, having that perfectly timed Black Shield onto, I believe that was Kulit.
Kulit, yes,
so really great play coming in from X-Solar, and just the rest of the CSB.
Yes. Just look at that execution.
Yeah.
I mean, you can see the mechanical fortitude of CSB being a little bit ahead compared to Tamaros on that team fight. Let's see how Tamaros adjusts.
And with that, Rion was able to pick up that BF sword. All of the CSB players actually have their early game items already completed. Kulit already has his, I believe that is the Ranger's Trailblazer with that Cinderhulk enchantment, which should help quite a bit with those clearing and with those objective control. 2 kills, 3 assists under that Seaver. This is what you want as an AD carry. Yes, definitely. And
even with that massive, actually it's quite a lead in terms of CS by Kido against Rion. Yeah, there's the BF sword. Yeah, BF sword now onto Rion. So I want to discuss MC Neil. He's a mid lane player.
No, he plays jungle.
MC said.
MC said, yeah.
The good mid lane player.
The PUP support actually. However, they were knocked out by the LSU.
Yes. I think MC said was the 1v1 tournament champion.
Yeah, he was the 1v1 MPGL champion, and he's also the new mid laner for IPT for this upcoming PGS season.
I'm just excited for the PGS season. A lot of roster
lots of roster changes, brand new faces in the tournament. It's gonna be good.
Hey, so Valentine zoning out MC Neil, dishing damage at him, so he will have a hard time into contesting this dragon. 1k mark. There's a resonating strike from MC Neil. He gets the charm, and that's a 1 dragon, 1 jungle kill in the bag for Be The Gaming.
And with that, Gold Elite slowly increasing. This is 3k, like we said earlier. The gold, we did expect the gold advantage to go in favor of CSB in this early game. However, I didn't expect to go this high. I didn't expect that early team fight to happen. Just really great play from CSB right now. Definitely a reason why, showing why they're the favorites to win this tournament.
And I think FEU has to take a time out into this base. I think they cannot risk anymore into this game if ever they want to turn things around. 2-7 now into our scoreboard. There's also a 3k gold lead. Alright?
I feel like the saving grace for FEU is that X-Coed has a pretty good advantage right now. He is 2-1, not that far behind Valentine and Kiddo as well, maintaining that CS advantage.
Yes.
20 CS above, despite being down that BF sword, and yeah.
And look, sobrang kulit. 100% kill participation.
Yeah, that just goes to show why he is considered probably the best jungler in the Philippines. Just great mind for the map, great mind for the game, being where he needs to be at the right time.
Yes.
No mistakes so far, in my opinion.
Compared to McCrory's Maokai, this is actually Kaigu. I'm not seeing any counter actually or bad time for Kaigu in the early game. What more for the mid game and the late game?
Yeah, Kaigu is pretty well known for his Irelia, and it's showing quite a bit. Those plays onto that ball lane and those plays in lane have been pretty strong coming in from him.
So XSol are taking a position here in the mid lane. Nip!
Yes.
Wait. I think they're taking a position here in the mid lane. Let's see if somebody initiates some flashes in Valentine, Orb of Deception, but the Frozen Tip onto XCoin survives the map. No, it's actually a Dark Biting getting the kill. QW combo onto that IMC Neil kicks off. Sobrang kulit. He was able to survive that one. Flash out X Solar, and that is a 1-for-0 exchange in the. It's actually 1-for-0 or 1 kill in the mid lane in favor again of CSB.
And right when Ari went for that auto attack, his red buff actually expired. If that red buff was still onto Ari when he auto attacked Neil, that would have been a dead Neil. However, Neil living with a sliver of HP, I believe he lives less than 10 HP. So
yes.
Yeah.
Now going back, because I just saw XSolar support,
Yes.
so roaming up into the mid lane. Have you played Bard?
Bard, yes, I have played
How's
a bit of Bard. Bard's actually in a pretty good position, I believe. I believe in a couple, at least give it a month, and you'll be seeing quite a bit of Bard in competitive play. I feel like the support players have already had a lot of time to learn the small things about Bard and how to play him properly, as Bard's playstyle is pretty different. I'd say,
very
compared
unique.
To, the other supports.
Yes. What's interesting also for Bard is that he has received 2 buffs.
Yeah, those
For
buffs
these
definitely help him
two-
quite a bit.
For 5.6 and 5.7 patch. So I think there will be an advent of Bard if players or support players is able to read him carefully and able to apply him into our competitive scene. Alright, so 1 dragon for CSB. That's also a 6-kill lead now. FEU Samurais not getting the early game advantage that they want to this game.
And this is, like I said, this is what we were talking about in the early game. CSB relying on their mechanics, relying on winning lane and winning the game to come on top, and that's what they're doing right now. The gold advantage is 5k 12 minutes in. That's a really huge lead for this period of time, and it's all CSB now. Like, CSB has control of this game. They set the tempo, they set how, and it's just FEU reacting at this point.
Yes, just a few seconds away. Less than 2 minutes actually for the dragon. There's a rotation up top. It's actually MC Neil taking a position for Mac Rory. Okay? And sobrang kulit is quite far on this one. MC Neil showed up way too early on that one. Okay? I think he cannot do anything with that distance. And it's actually Morgana. Okay? XSolar in the mid lane. There is sobrang kulit and Valentine now rotating in the bottom lane. They got spotted out by that pink ward. 1 minute 15 seconds into the dragon. Everyone will collide onto this bottom lane. They could actually up to kill the bottom turret first.
Yeah, so CSB grouping up, trying to take down this turret in order to free the map for this upcoming dragon. Ensure that
teleport coming in from McRory. That is also on the hand activated by Yan on the receiver. They are now onto Sobrang Kulit. Righteous Fury activated also. SS magagaling din kay Sobrang Kulit. Okay, able to dish out damage onto 3 members of FEU, but Rion goes low from XCO. There's a collateral damage bursting down Rion. There's also 1 kill given onto FEU. That is 2-for-1 exchange after MC Neil has gone down in the bottom lane. 35 seconds before the DR goes up, and this is a turret.
Yeah, this is
for FEU.
This is FEU's strength as a team. They are a team fighting comp. You get them in a 5v5 situation, they will most likely come on top, and that's been their saving grace throughout the tournament. I believe there are several times where they'd be down by a 10k gold deficit and just come back from their team fighting.
Yes,
in
I
the
saw that
late
one
game.
in LCL also.
Yeah, so
yes,
and that's just typical FEU right there.
Alright, 6-0.
Yes.
Entering from the group stage. FEU Charm onto McCrory. Valentine dishing out those normal hits because the true damage from of their session. There's also the eventual Maelstrom from Malachi. Charm again connecting onto McCrory. Ang hilig ba in love nito ni McCrory? That is Valentine dishing out, actually tanking the turret out, and yes, it won't be enough. And it's Valentine.
Yes, Valentine.
5-1-3. So
yeah,
unstoppable now.
So yeah, they will be going for that dragon now.
Yes. So you can see that McCrory is actually tanky.
Yeah.
The way he wants to be, but it's just solo on that bottom lane. Get caught off. No response coming from FEU, even though they know that the dragon will come out, and that's actually the second dragon in the pockets of CSB.
Yep. So with that, gold advantage actually went. Was lost by 1,000 for CSB after that fight in the bot lane. It's only a 5k gold advantage now. However, CSB still has control of the game, as we saw from that dragon, and let's see what they decide to do next. I feel like now would be an ideal time to start grouping up. It looks like Rion is starting to complete that Infinity Edge. Let's take a look at how much gold he has right now. He has 500 in the bank, so he's missing roughly 800 more. And then we do see that Ari has already picked up that long rod, while Irely does have that Triforce. So once Rion gets his Infinity Edge, that's when you have that power spike. That's when you start grouping up and going for those objectives.
Yes, be very bad for FEU.
Yeah.
That scenario ever happened. And so 4-10 into our scoreboard, 6-kill lead by CSB. Make that a 5k gold lead also. And if you look into the items, needlessly large rod now onto Valentine. Yep. Okay, so it's very big lead now, actually, against the Lissandra.
And Neil's been dedicating a lot of time into this top lane. However, at this point, I don't think Rory and Neil combined don't have enough damage to just kill Kaigu at this point.
Trinity Force now.
Yeah, that bot lane teleport was definitely the deciding factor for that. It ruined FEU's strategy to camp top and shut down Kaigu. And now Kaigu's pretty unstoppable. 50 CS advantage over Rory at this point.
Alright, so if you look also, it's actually Kido now getting the Infinity Edge first.
Yeah, Kido got that Infinity Edge first.
Maybe Kido would be also one window for FEU to get back into this one, or to get their footing into this one.
Because Rion opted to go for that Averus Blade before rushing that Infinity Edge, so that did slow down that process of picking that up.
Yes. So let's see. Actually, I cannot see any possible place for team fights into this one.
Yeah, at this point,
no objective actually.
If there's nothing to take, then don't bother trying to force it, in my opinion.
You can always see that it's only the ward coverage of CSB. Okay? They're investing a lot of time on wards compared to the defensive wards in the bottom lane actually of FEU.
So they definitely want to keep Kido safe, ensuring that he gets that farm he needs to be the late game threat for FEU.
Yes, because it's obviously the jungle and the top lane is quite behind in this game. Sobrang kulit now, roaming in the bottom lane is quite tanky to pressure Margox and the bottom duo of FEU. Valentine receiving the Frozen 2 flashes in with a Spirit Rush. That is a very aggressive play, shot down onto that Ari.
Yeah, and with that, that is a 500 gold towards the name of Koweed, and with that, he will have.
Yes, he could
might be able to pick up that long rod by now, actually, and that is something you do not want to give up.
Yes. Alright. And there's actually no successful pick in the bottom lane. Sobrang kulit, and Exoner is rotated onto that one. Okay. So those ward coverage by Margox paid off. Bottom lane. 1 minute as we enter the 20-minute mark into the game. That also means the Baron. Right? But FEU investing a lot of ward coverage.
Yeah, so it looks like they are starting to group up mid lane now. Like I said, once Rion gets his Infinity Edge, they will begin to group. Rion has completed the Infinity Edge, and as a result, we do see that 4 members of CSB are positioning themselves to take this. However, Split is caught out. The W will miss from Exco here.
A lot of ward fight. just to get vision on that brush there near the Raptor side. We also have the 2-minute mark now for the Dragon. Okay, and it's actually Valentine in the bottom lane, rushing the one up. What kind of rotation could FEU do to this one? Maybe to secure the Dragon of some sort.
At this point,
They should
no one can probably
push what
1v1 Kaigu. Kaigu's just gonna keep on split pushing and they can't really respond to that. So the correct play for this is they really need to just wait for their item and just try to stall the game as much as possible. If they have to give up the next dragon, then so be it, as dragon really isn't that big of an objective contest anymore, other than that 5th dragon.
As I see it, FEU has actually to just leave McCrory in the top lane.
Yeah.
Then work their way into this red jungle side. Clear this side as much as possible.
Yeah.
Put pinks maybe in here, and just gain at least some vision into this side.
Yeah.
Because 50 seconds now, Dragon will pop out. It's very unlikely that CSB will take a Baron.
Yeah, and I actually don't think that FEU will try to contest this. I feel like both teams are just pretty content with just farming up and just waiting for that late game to happen.
Right. But we have to take note about the squishiness of CSB.
Yeah.
And of course the team fight mechanics or team fight fortitude of FEU. So it's actually anybody's game still at this point of the game. So that is on the hand activated by Rian. Blue buff will come to Exco. He teleport coming in from Kaigo. Exco, he puts that frozen dupe onto him from the back line. There's Kaigo. He's now onto Exco. He gets stopped by that very good Monsoon, but still the kills given onto him. Gets punished. The FEU team is, and they are now chased down by 4 members of CSB. 5v5 team fight over that blue side. It's actually interesting because there's no objective on this one aside for the blue buff. But
well, the blue buff is a pretty important objective to deny when you have that advantage. Like I feel like FEU had CSB had a good idea, and here comes Kido.
Yes, so Kido being in a bad position there, giving that easy charm onto Valentine. They're now onto Margox. Margox receiving tons of damage with the support of Solar onto Valentine. Double kill Ari on that blue side jungle. Wow, FEU just lost a lot on the blue side. And yes, this rotation onto the dragon. This is definitely a 3rd dragon for CSB.
And with that, that is an 8k gold advantage now in favor of CSB. Gold advantage has increased by 3k. The majority of it being from those kills and from the CS between the top laners. So
you can see the aggression coming from Rion after getting that Infinity Edge, easily activating that on the hunt.
Yes, they definitely wanted to deny the blue buff from Exco. He'd ensure that FEU is starved and unable to come back from this game. However, it was a pretty shaky fight, but in the end they still came on top.
So, Spectre Skull onto McCrory and to MC Neil.
Yeah, so that will be the Banshee's Veil, trying to ensure that they don't get charmed or dark binded from like a distance and lose the game from that.
What do you think of Valentine?
Valentine is playing really well. I'm trying to remember who he was before. That's either MC Said or a former BG gaming player back in. I'm not sure if you've heard of him. I think that's you. If you've heard of him, however, so yeah.
Right. So.
Or that might be Snowy.
So Snowy leaving the top lane.
I will have to confirm. It's really hard when all the players are constantly
Snowy is supposed to be in CSB, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
So it's kind of hard when all of the players are constantly changing their names. So
of course, yes.
For example, B Margox is Simon, the legendary Ashe support player. So
lots of identity crisis coming from our pro players, from our veteran players on this one, and CSB sending out a message that they want this blue side jungle.
Yeah, that ward coverage is insane coming in from CSB.
Yes, just look at that.
The double sightstone coming in, and with the other members just buying those wards, it looks like this top turret will be free and uncontested, and FEU will just give this up.
Alright, Kaigu now being a successful Arella into this game. They're able to push the inner top turret. Okay, without any difficulty actually. Okay. So with sobrang kulit tankiness and the threat coming from Valentine, and even with the back of Rion, they're able to deliver their carries near turrets and push consistently.
However, here comes the team fight.
Yes, team fight. MC Neo in the front line. He goes down quickly. Sobrang kulit. Righteous Fury activated. There's also Macrory to peel for his team, but they're now onto Exco. He gets sustained by that Monsoon. Also that forcing Doom. He will go down now. 2 members of FEU are down. Valentine tying the turret up with that twisted advance by Macrory. Okay, and stops CSB on their tracks. Actually, CSB is low into this one. But still, that is a win for CSB.
Yeah, there's a 2 per day of further increasing the gold lead. Gold lead is now 11k. They were also able to take that mid lane tier 2 turret.
Yes.
And here comes Kiddo on the hunt. Will he get that pick?
Oh my god. If Kaigu turned around for him, or Kaigu's able to get near Kido. Good die. Okay, Charm onto Margox. Easy kill onto that one. Blade Surge. It's another kill onto Kaigo. 3-1-5 now.
And here comes the Snowball. The Snowball has been growing for the past few minutes of this game, and CSB has a really comfortable advantage at this point. I don't think there's much that FEU can actually do to come back. And
this one results to CSB winning the game. This is probably the first. I'm not. Yeah, because FEU's Team APC forfeited against FEU, so this is their first loss. On during the spring season for LCL.
Actually, they dropped the game to I believe it was old FEU. They lost the game to Infused.
CSB.
Yeah, no,
yes.
FEU.
FEU.
Yeah, FEU dropped the game to Infused during their last week of the season.
Alright. So, sobrang fully chasing down MC Neil. This is the mid-game Lee Sin. Okay, he's scaling down now. Okay.
At this point, he's simply just a CC bot and just someone to be someone to kick.
Someone who could just kick an easy Baron also for CSB. They could. Oh, so there's an initiate coming from FEU in the front line. That's Macro and Exco hit. Kaigu going to the back line, boxing Kido down. Valentine takes a free hit with that Arm of Deception, and that's a 4-for-0 exchange with the Baron. Easy pick, and CSB just dominating on the tracks of FEU Tamaraurs. Wow, so this is just pretty solid now.
GG's being called out, and it looks like that will be a surrender coming in from FEU. So GG, well played. Solid performance coming from CSB's 21-6. And that's a really good play. Yeah, so this let's see if FEU would get a wake-up call. Yes, this is a best-of-3 series.
Yes, so it's not over yet. Yes. Nobody is yet seeded into the grand finals. If you look into our scoreboard, it's our end game screen, you can see how solid X-Kaigu is.
Yeah.
7-1-5. Former World Championships qualifier. Okay. And Valentine. Okay, Valentini. 7-8. Probably Soy or MC said. And yes, Rion. Right? So it's just CSB getting what they want and receiving what they want. And
so, unfortunately, the strategy that FEU had didn't work out for them. That bot lane clash was definitely the turning point of the game that pretty much defined who would be the victors for that. And let's take a look at the upcoming schedule.
So if you do, that will show up CSB 1-0 now into our semi-finals against FEU Tamaraurs. They still need another win. Yes, right?
Yep.
Race to finals for a best of 3 to get seeded into the grand finals. So that's it, guys. So we still have another game. Actually, we have a lot of games to cover for today. So you're watching the LoL Collegiate League 2015 Spring Season Semi-Finals. We are your shotcasters for this game. Later on, maybe you'll see GS Amplifier and maybe you for the next game. Okay. I'm not sure if it's a break for FEU and CSB, or we'll go to the next switch. Switch for time. We don't know yet. But bottom line, we're on to the semi-finals, okay? So I am GS Shinbu, that is a Shinbu with a 1 for an I.
And I'm GS Lee.
Okay, and LCL 2015 Spring Season to semi-finals. We'll be right back.